This is Lima beans, also known as Adua. It is very popular among the people of the Ashantis and it is used for making soup. What I did was to soak the Lima beans or Adua in hot water. I poured hot water over it and I let it sit for more than an hour. So this is after an hour. I come in and then you can see it is very easy for me to take the skin off, and once you take the skin off it just opens up easily. Lima beans takes a long time to cook, so going through this process is going to reduce the cooking time. Alternatively, you can soak this overnight. So once I'm done peeling the skin, I'll just pour some water over it and then let it boil. My choice of protein for this soup is going to be fish, assorted smoked fish. So what you are seeing now is some tuna that I've washed and cleaned nicely, together with some cured beef, tolo beef. I love the fragrance and then the taste it introduces to this soup. I've also washed and cleaned my panla nicely. This fish I smoked at home. I've shared a recipe of it. I'm also adding some smoked mackerel, what we call salmon, to it as well. Now I'll be adding this dry fish. It's very important when you're making assorted fish soup that you get some dry fish to it. It has this unique taste and fragrance and it's just so good. So I've washed that one to clean it nicely, and then I'm adding that to it. I have chopped up some onions and I'll be adding that to it as well. I'll be sprinkling some salt over this, and I recently shared a recipe of some homemade spices where I use the skin of onions and garlic together with some herbs and local spices, making it a whole complete seasoning. So I added a little to this and added some water so it can steam. Now, as I said, Lima beans takes a while to cook, so it's very important for that to start boiling first before I add in the rest of the ingredients so that they can all cook together. So I love carrots in my soup. If I'm making soup, unless I don't have carrots, I include some. So I added some carrots, some onions. I'll be adding some tomatoes as well and some pepper. I'll just cover this and let this cook completely. Now I'll go ahead and check on my fish. As we all know, fish is very delicate and you don't want to be stirring this. So I'll just go ahead and move it around a little. Yes, just move it around without necessarily stirring it. Now all the veggies are nicely cooked, they are very soft, and then what I'll do is grate some fresh ginger. I love the freshness ginger introduces to this, so I don't like to boil the ginger, so I grated the ginger just to ensure that every part of it is nicely blended. So once that was done, I'll just go ahead and sieve this. Again, sieving this is optional. If you are very confident that your blender will do a good job, you can just go ahead and pour this directly, but I just like to sieve it just in case, there are some of the things that were not completely blended. Whenever I'm blending my stuff, I blend with just enough water, because when the water is too much, it doesn't blend well. So you want to blend with just enough water, and then when you are done, you can just wash your blender with some water and then add to the soup. So I gave this soup a gentle stir. Again, because it is fish, I gave it a very gentle stir and topped it up with my desired amount of water. I covered this so that I can boil fast. So as soon as it started boiling, I took out the cover, and then I'll be introducing some garden eggs and some okro to it at this point, so that it can cook together with the soup completely. I've also cleaned my mushrooms. I'll be using mushrooms as well. I've cleaned it nicely, and I believe this is the right time to add it, because mushroom soup does not take too long to cook. If you add it from the beginning, by the time you are done, you will not even find the mushroom. It will just vanish from the soup here. So at this point I added it, and then I'm adding some seasoning cube. My seasoning cube of choice is Mr. Chef. I love that it is not overwhelming, and just a little bit goes a long way. So I'm adding just a little of that. I didn't even use the whole cube. I added just half of it, and then I will let this simmer completely. So under low heat, this has been boiling under low heat for 20 minutes or so, and you can see all the froth around it nicely, indicating that yes, our soup is ready. And as you can see, our soup is looking good and nice. The reason why lima beans is added to the soup is to thicken the light soup, so the amount that you add depends on the quantity of soup you are making and how thick or light you want your soup. You can serve this with some fufu, some yam, some rice, anything at all that you want. I hope that the next time you visit the local market and you chance on some lima beans, just buy some and give it a try. It has this unique taste as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in another video. Stay safe and blessed. Bye.